Hey, welcome to the first class of our financial planning course. I'm your teacher, and I'm so glad you're taking this step. Maybe you think financial planning sounds distant, like something only rich people need to do. But actually, you make financial decisions every day. Should you eat a lunchbox or go to the buffet? Should you buy that bubble tea today? When you check your bank account at the end of the month, where did all the money go? These are actually all part of financial planning. And today, I'm going to tell you a very important fact that most people don't know. Your money, if you just leave it sitting there, it's actually losing value every single year. Sounds scary? Don't worry, I'll walk you through it step by step in the simplest way possible. First, I want to tell you some good news. You're actually already managing your finances. Financial planning isn't rocket science. It really comes down to two things. First, managing your money. Knowing where it comes from and where it goes. Second, making your money work for you. Not just saving it, but finding ways to make it grow. You might think, my salary is only so much, what's there to manage? But whether you earn $3,000 or $10,000 a month, everyone needs financial planning. The only difference is the amount. The method is the same. I like to use an analogy. Financial planning is like taking care of a small seedling. You don't need to be a gardening expert, but you need to water it regularly, just like saving regularly. You need to give it sunlight, just like investing to help it grow. And if you do nothing? This little seedling won't just stop growing, it might slowly wither away. Your money works the same way. Okay, next let's talk about a very important concept. Inflation. Inflation is actually very simple. It can be summed up in one sentence. Things get more expensive, and the same amount of money buys less and less. Let me give you an example you can definitely relate to. Do you remember? Back in 2005, a cup of bubble tea cost about $1.25, a bowl of beef rice about $1.25, and a movie ticket about $7. By 2015, bubble tea went up to $2, beef rice to $1.75, and a movie ticket to $9. And now in 2025? Bubble tea costs $2.75 to $3.25, beef rice $2.25 to $2.75, and movie tickets $16 to $17.50. Did you notice? The same cup of bubble tea went from $1.25 to at least $2.75. The price more than doubled. That's the power of inflation. Let me give you another more intuitive analogy. Imagine your money is an ice cube, and inflation is room temperature. You put the ice cube on the table, it won't melt immediately, but every day it gets a little smaller. Come back a year later, and the ice cube is much smaller. Your money works the same way. Left alone, it shrinks every year. Even though the number in your bank account hasn't decreased, what it can buy gets less and less. So how much inflation does a country actually have? Before we look at the data, let me introduce a term. CPI, which stands for Consumer Price Index. Simply put, it measures how much everyday goods cost for the average person. When CPI goes up, it means things are getting more expensive. According to official statistics, the average inflation rate has been roughly like this. From 2000 to 2010, about 1.2%. From 2010 to 2020, about 1%. But after 2020, it rose significantly to 2 to 2.5%. Overall, the long-term average is about 1.5 to 2%. You might think, only 1.5 to 2%? That's nothing. What's the big deal? But don't forget, inflation happens every single year. Just like compound interest, this year prices go up 2%, next year they go up 2% on top of that higher base. It's like a snowball rolling down a hill, getting bigger and bigger. After 20 years, the impact is actually staggering. Okay, now that we know the inflation rate, let's see if the bank interest rates are enough. Currently, bank interest rates are roughly like this. Regular savings accounts, about 0.5 to 0.8%. One-year fixed deposits, about 1.5 to 1.8%. Long-term savings deposits, slightly higher at 1.6 to 1.9%. Now let's do a very simple calculation. Suppose you put your money in a bank fixed deposit at an annual rate of 1.6%. And the inflation rate is 2.0%. Then your real return rate is 1.6 minus 2.0, which equals negative 0.4%. Notice that? It's negative. What does this mean? It means your money in the bank looks like it's growing on paper, but after accounting for rising prices, your purchasing power is actually decreasing. Let me use an analogy to help you understand better. It's like running on a treadmill. You're clearly running, it looks like you're moving, but the treadmill belt is also moving. So you're not actually going forward, you might even be going backward. Bank interest is you running. Inflation is the treadmill. Your running speed can't keep up with the treadmill moving backward. At this point, you might be thinking, well then I just won't invest, at least I won't lose money, right? Many people think this way. But the truth is exactly the opposite. If you don't invest, you will definitely lose money. Lose it to inflation. Let's look at the actual numbers. Suppose you have $100,000 right now. Let's compare different approaches and see the results after 20 years. Option 1, put it under the mattress. After 20 years, it's still $100,000 on paper, but its purchasing power is only about $67,000. That's $33,000 gone. Option 2, regular savings account. After 20 years, it becomes $113,000 on paper, but the actual purchasing power is only about $76,000. Option 3, fixed deposit. About $137,000 on paper, purchasing power about $92,000. Better than regular savings, but still losing. Option 4, if you learn to invest using ETFs for long-term investing, assuming a 7% annual return. After 20 years, it becomes about $387,000 on paper, with purchasing power equivalent to $260,000 in today's money. Can you see the difference? The same $100,000, doing nothing leaves you with only $67,000 in purchasing power, but smart investing can turn it into $260,000. A difference of nearly $200,000. So remember, not taking action is the biggest risk of all. Okay, after hearing all that analysis, I'm sure you're already forming some ideas. Now, let's do a mindset shift. Many people's old belief is, as long as I'm saving money, that's enough. But the new mindset is, saving is just the first step, not the finish line. Old belief, investing is dangerous, don't touch it. New mindset, not investing is more dangerous, because inflation is eating your money. Old belief, you need to have a lot of money before you can invest. New mindset, you can start with just a few $100s a month. Old belief, investing takes a lot of time and research. New mindset, passive investing like ETFs doesn't require watching the market all day. Old belief, investing is for rich people. New mindset, financial planning is a life skill everyone needs. I want you to remember one thing. Financial planning isn't about becoming rich. It's about protecting the money you've worked so hard to earn from being stolen by inflation. That's the most fundamental reason we learn about finance. Okay, that's it for today's first class. Before we end, I want to give you 3 small exercises to help turn what you've learned today into your own knowledge. First, take out your phone's calculator and figure out how much purchasing power your current savings would have in 10 years and 20 years, assuming 2% inflation. Second, open your banking app, check what your savings interest rate is, compare it with 2% inflation, and see if your real return is positive or negative. Third, spend 5 minutes and write down your short-term, medium-term, and long-term financial goals. It doesn't need to be precise, just have a general direction. Once you complete these 3 exercises, you'll already be one step ahead of most people. Next class, we'll talk about where does your money go. I'll teach you how to understand your income, expenses, and savings. It's a fundamental skill, very practical. See you in the next class.